Hi guys, welcome to Maverick channel. Thank you for tuning in. Before we get into the business of the day, I want to send a special thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for all the comments that I've been receiving, and thank you most especially for the emails guys. I've been receiving tons and tons of them lately, and I'll respond to all of them as time permits. And also phone calls, guys. Thank you guys for asking me for my number and calling and then just discussing about drones and my experiences, and I really appreciate that. It is a give and take. We learn from each other, and I'm happy that we do that. We got a great hobby. This video that we're making today is inspired by one of the phone calls that I received recently. And hey, Kobe from Louisiana, big shout out to you. We discussed a little bit about the basics of flying the VIVITAR SKYVIEW, and then also we discussed some similarities and differences between the two drones. So that is what this video is all about today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and let's get straight to business. Alright guys, let us start by discussing some of the basic differences between the SKYVIEW's transmitter and the AEROVIEW's transmitter. As you can see, firstly, the SKYVIEW one is labeled, whereas the one for the AEROVIEW, only particular buttons are labeled, but that is not a problem. It is very easy to know which button is which for both transmitters, especially after flying the drone for a while. Of course, both of them have their throttles right there, and then the on and the off switch is right here. And then you have, for the VIVITAR AEROVIEW video drone, you have the headless mode, the return to home, and the orbiter right here. And then we have the low, medium, and high speed right here, and of course the calibration right there. Whereas for the SKYVIEW, you have the low to medium regulator button right here, and the medium to high speed regulator button right here. And of course, this one is not found on the SKYVIEW, which is the trim button. We shall discuss that in a short while. And then the return to home is right here, while we have the orbital, the return to home, and then the gyroscope buttons up top over here. And then both of them have the one key landing, which is the left one right here. If I turn around, it's on the right side, but it is the left one. The left one is the takeoff, and then the right one is the landing. So one key landing left, one key takeoff left, and one key landing right, which is the same thing for the transmitter of the SKYVIEW, the AEROVIEW. One key takeoff right here, and one key landing right here. And if you take them together, this one is pointing towards you, that's the landing. This one is pointing away from you, that's the takeoff one. And of course, both of them have their battery compartments back here, which you have to screw in to remove this door, which I found very interesting. I prefer the ones that the slide in and slide out one, but that's okay still. And of course, both of them come with the phone holder right here. I've taken the one of the SKYVIEW off, but both of them have it, and it's almost the same. Okay, now what does all these buttons mean? What are they used for? Under what circumstances should you use which one, and why? We can start, of course, very easy one. Before you fly, you must turn your drone on. So yep, you turn your drone on, you turn your transmitter on, and then you turn your transmitter off. The second one that we could talk about is the headless mode. Now let me demonstrate that a little bit right here. With the headless mode button, this is the front of your drone and this is the back part. Headless mode simply means that now you can use your transmitter to go forward and backward no matter which direction your drone is facing. For example, your drone might be sideways and you hit backward it will fly back towards you, and if you hit forward, it will go away from you. That's just the simple thing about that, and it is a very good function for those who are, you know, beginners in the hobby. They can practice flying in headless mode, but once you get too comfortable flying in headless mode, it becomes difficult for you to actually, you know, find your orientation and bring your drone back. So I recommend that you just start normally with, you know, the normal mode. You fly it by yourself, you turn around, you bring it back. Yes, you would crash a few times like I have done, and after a while you get used to flying, and then it becomes normal. So that one is the headless mode, and this is the return to home. I have found that some people think that if they hit the 1 key landing, it will bring the drone back to where it took off from, that is back to its takeoff point. No, that is what the return to home function is for. This button will bring the drone back to where it took off from, or almost back to where it took off from, because sometimes it might land a few feet away, whereas the 1 key landing would bring the drone straight down. No matter where it is, it will not recognize whether it is above water or above a tree or whatever. It will just start coming down. So be careful, don't make a mistake and want to bring your drone back home and then you hit the 1 key landing. That will cause the drone to come down, but in most cases you can always pick it up and then bring it to whatever place or position you want to bring it to. So then we have the orbital, which is just a fun function. You know, you pick a point, the drone recognizes that point, it flies around that point, and then if your camera is on, it will get you some excellent shots. Let's move over to the next one. We are still talking about the transmitter of the AEROVIEW, sorry, and calibration. During calibration, this is the button you would need to push. For those who don't know yet how to calibrate their drone, I have a very nice video about calibration, so please check that out and learn the steps, follow the steps precisely, because it is important with both drones that they are calibrated properly. If not, you will have a very bumpy and crazy flight. And also we have the speeds, the various speed, which is very simple. If you want to fly on the low speed, you push that high speed, medium speed and high speed right there. And of course the two throttles. This one will take your drone up, take your drone down, left and right. And also this one will bring your drone forward, you know, forward, reverse, to the left and to the right. That is forward, reverse, to the left and to the right. Okay guys, let's move over to the SKYVIEW transmitter. It is basically the same, but it has some you know, pretty interesting differences, particularly with how you control your speed, and also you can trim the drone, and also you can initiate the follow me function from the transmitter itself. Whereas with the AEROVIEW, you have to get into the app via a mobile device before you can initiate the follow me. And one interesting thing to note about the follow me function of the AEROVIEW is that you have to make sure that your camera is properly connected, and also that your transmitter is linked to your drone for that function to work properly. But back to the SKYVIEW's transmitter, you can initiate the follow me from here, from this particular button, and also you can control the speed. Whereas the AEROVIEW has its speed level up top, you can actually control it from here using these two buttons. From medium to high speed, you use the left one. If you want to reduce it, you push to the left. If you want to increase it to the medium speed, you push to the right. And also, if you want to increase from medium to high speed, you push upward. and if you want to reduce the speed to the medium level, you push downward. And of course you have the on and off switch right there, and then you have the trim buttons right here, which is basically if the drone is drifting forward, you push backward, and if it is drifting backward, you push forward, and if it's drifting to the left, you push to the right, and if it's drifting to the right, you push to the left. And of course you have your joystick or your throttles up here, and basically the same like that of the AEROVIEW, and for most drones it's the same. The left, you go up, go down, to turn to the right and turn to the left, and also forward, backward, go to the right, that's drift your drone to the right and drift it to the left. And then you also have the return to home button right here, basically the same like I explained earlier. And then to calibrate your drone, of course you're going to use these two exterior buttons here and follow the steps on how to calibrate your drone, which is very simple. I have an interesting video, a very informative one about how to calibrate the SKYVIEW. And of course you have your orbital right here. Also, one key landing and one key takeoff is the same for this monitor as well. So let us move and talk a little bit about both drones. Of course, with the SKYVIEW, it's easy to open the compartment where the battery is stored. To charge your battery, you just hook up your charger right here. Very simple, and it takes about 5 hours for the battery to be fully charged. So some people have told me, oh, it's too long, it's too it takes a lot of time. But yeah, that's just how VIVITAR designed the product. So well, you might get another battery, and it's the same for the SKYVIEW battery as well. It takes that long, which sometimes it might be nerve-wracking, especially when you forget to to charge your battery, and then you come home and then you want to fly, you realize you have to wait for 5 hours or postpone your flight for the next day. The battery, you know, is easily installed into the craft itself, and it's very easy. It's just a push in and then push down and then slide out, which is very easy to do. And also, like I mentioned earlier, it takes about 5 hours for this to fully charge as well. Okay, those are some of the differences and similarities between both drones. Now I just want to mention that if you're flying this drone, it is always good to connect the app. Once you want to try functions like follow me, you go through the app and make sure your transmitter is on. If your transmitter is off and not linked to your drone, the functions might not work properly. Usually the follow me, it will try to follow also or go to where your drone, your transmitter is. So once your transmitter is on and linked to your drone, and your app is also properly linked to your drone, then you can try the follow me. Severally I tried before doing the follow me and it wouldn't work properly, and it was simply because my transmitter wasn't turned on. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy. I hope you did gain something out of it. Please leave your comments below, subscribe, and please feel free to contact me at any time if you have any questions. Thank you and have a blessed day.